My name is Petra Ahrweiler. I am the director of the European Academy of Technology and Innovation Assessment in Germany, and I'm a project member both for Progress and for GREAT.
The Progress and GREAT, you probably have an idea of what responsible research and innovation means. Could you tell us what you think it is?
For me, responsible research and innovation is rather a relation between action and consequence, and not so much about a relation between action and intention. So the action is, in that case, research and innovation. The consequence of research and innovation might be either intended or unintended, either desirable given a certain target structure or not desirable. And responsible research and innovation would then imply to achieve as much understanding as possible about the causal relationship between the action and the potential or actual consequences. And then, based on this understanding, to do a calculated reorientation of elements of the action to reach the desired outcome. So our understanding, scientific understanding of research and innovation, is the basis for addressing any responsibility issues in my eyes.
And why do you think it's important?
Science, technology, innovation, they change our societies rapidly. They open up new courses of action, new opportunities to exploit, but they also introduce new risks. So it is very important to study and assess the consequences and impacts of scientific and technological advances, and to provide policy advice for decision makers, to analyze optimally structured university, industry, government networks to meet the objectives of social, economic and sustainability demands, which are very high on our society.
Could you tell us in more detail for whom it is important, the concept?
It is important for all types of people. It is important for participants from different areas, from different disciplines and organizations who will take part from the beginning of any innovation project and who will define new criteria for quality assessment and control of new products and services, new innovation. This need for reflexivity by all participants will persist throughout the whole innovation process, and what is produced needs to be socially evaluated and publicly reviewable, and usually will have to prove itself then in the marketplace. So all kinds of new questions then arise for all these participants. For example, what do these processes of change and learning look like exactly, and how can the achievements demanded by the networks, the interactive networks of innovation, be produced?
Then do you think there are older ones that align to it, or that it has been built on?
In this framework now it sounds very new, but I think it has its predecessors. Many famous debates are linked to this about whether science is just value-free and provides only descriptions of phenomena out there to investigate, or whether science should provide suggestions about how the world should be, or at least should take position in providing desirable knowledge or refraining from following up potentially harmful knowledge paths. There are many reference points for these debates, and everybody will have his or her own reference point preferable. From my own educational background, the links to the past are the value judgment dispute in German national economy, the debates around the book of Hans Jonas about the principal responsibility, the Habermas-Luhmann debate about the function of the social sciences, or Ulrich Beck's Risk Society.
And would you say that it's a fairly European concept, or would you say it's a global concept?
As a funding program, it might be more European than a global funding concept, though the NSF, they have their social impact points in their funding programs as well. As a concept, if you asked whether RRI is a global concept, I would say global has to be mediated here by the concept of context dependency. So the problem of responsible RRI is of course global, but the solutions to that problem will be very context dependent. If we address the global problems and the context dependent solutions on a global scale, we will be confronted with one major challenge in research, and that is big data issues, I think. So global RRI will need the collection, analysis, integration, and interpretation of huge amounts of data for monitoring, assessing, and comparing. So if RRI really goes global, we will need big data techniques to be developed and applied in research.
And that leads to the next question. What do you think needs to happen next in order to make the concept more successful or powerful?
I think the next step would be to combine impact assessment and ex-ante evaluation concerning responsible research and innovation on a global scale, but always specified for different contexts, be them sectors or geography. We need to be in a position to experimentally test policy scenarios before they are implemented. We have developed a simulation platform which has been already applied to ICT and nanotech and is currently further developed in the GREAT project to address responsibility issues. I think these policy laboratories in silico, they would be the future of innovation policy making.
And is there anything else you would like to add?
I would like to add that the overall research question is, at least in my eyes, to investigate the relation between knowledge, technology, innovation on the one side, and society, economy, and so on the other. RRI is an important aspect in this field. However, the overall interaction between science and society needs a dedicated and long-term monitoring and shaping exercise, and that the Commission really has a start with the Science and Society program.